Alright, I'm here today making this video to talk to you about something that I see as very important. I apologize if if you think it's weird that I have a microphone in this shot, but my laptop's microphone sucks, so I have to use this for the time being. Anyway, when I logged on to my internet provider's website today, I noticed that there was a little file, this little news report, because I get news reports every time I log on. Pardon me. Anyway, this news report was talking about how congressmen and city officials in other states are talking about taking wolves off the endangered species list because apparently they've attacked farmers' cattle and farmers' livestock and anything else they can get their hands on, eat some food. First off, I just want to say that wolves are my favorite animal, which is why this little news tidbit, has caused me to make this video, actually. Sorry. Anyway. So, I ask you, how many of you want to see an entire species of animal die? Hopefully a lot of you said, or think at least, that no innocent species of animal deserves to die. Now, anyone who watches the video who sides with the farmers and everything, or the people who are siding with taking wolves off the endangered species list, may be thinking, innocent? How are they innocent? They eat our cattle, they eat our profit, and everything we do to work hard for. I understand that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful of you in any way. I want to make that perfectly clear. What I'm talking about is the government has put over $30 million of the taxpayers' money towards, raising wolves in captivity, helping to relocate them into the wild, getting them, just building the population up after we tore it down after our, all that time hunting them and everything. That should strike home with a lot of you who pay taxes and who actually make an honest day's wages and everything. You don't want to see that taxpayer money. You don't want to see your money go to taxes at all. You want to keep all the money, which is understandable. I mean, we've all got expenses and everything. We have to buy things. We have to do things. So I can understand that. But if you don't want to see it go at all, that's basically what you're doing. $30 million of your money, you the taxpayer, has gone towards these wolves. And if Congress passes the law or passes whatever it is they need to take wolves off the endangered species list, that was basically $30 million of your money it's for nothing. It's gone down the drain for no purpose whatsoever. It's basically like they just robbed you. Second, it's not the wolves' fault that all this has happened. It's humans' fault. I recently wrote a paper for my college, for one of my classes in college, and I wrote about rural expansion, the expansions of cities and suburbs and everything, and its effects on animal habitats and everything. Now, I'm sure all of you who live in suburban areas, places where you see a lot of woods and trees and everything, have seen animals, deer, squirrels, raccoons, skunks, basically wild animals dead on the road, or you see them in your neighborhood eating, your flowers in your gardens or whatever. And that's not their fault. You see, when we destroy trees and habitats and everything, we take away animal homes. We make it so that they have no place to go. So they decide to come into the cities. in our suburbs and everything trying to find food. And as more and more city expansion goes, up and up and up, cities continue to build into these high-rise buildings, skyscrapers and everything. More and more animals are losing their homes. That's bad for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is that it leads to what you see nowadays, more and more animals coming into suburbs and cities and everything, making it, necessary for the city to put up, deer crossing signs and everything. Now I can understand cities and everything wanting to build better towns and such, but some of it's really unnecessary. Pardon me. I'm trying to discuss serious topics here and my hair's getting in the way. Anyway, a lot of cities build just for the sake of building. They take away habitats and deer start coming farther and farther into the cities. You can hit them with your car, they can do damage to your property and everything, and you get mad at the deer, but it's really the people who are building, expanding on their cities and towns and taking away from animal habitats. So it's not the deer's fault. It's an animal's fault. Second, from my research through the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, if we keep building at the trends that we're building, by the year 2081, there will be no green trees or forests left, either on Earth or in the United States, one of the two. Either way, it's bad. So, and wolves are no different. They attack farms and everything simply because they're hungry. Predator-prey relationships don't allow for an easy meal. They get what food they can, which isn't a lot to say the least. If you don't want wolves eating your cattle and everything, lock them up at night. Make sure the barn is impenetrable by wolves and other wild animals. And when they're out and about grazing, watch them. Don't let wolves get to them just because you don't want to, put that little extra time into watching them. Wolves deserve food and need food just like you or I. So please, I implore you, do whatever you can. Write your congressman, start donating to the U.S. Wildlife Foundation, do anything you can, or, anything you can to find out more about this and find out how you can prevent wolves from being taken off the endangered species list. It may take a small donation, but even the smallest donation can lead to the greatest wealth if enough people, contribute. I can't do it myself simply because all my money is going towards schooling and everything, my college tuition, and I have no job to speak of. If I did, I'd be, donating money. But I'm asking you to do that which I cannot. Please give whatever you can, even if it's just a little bit, to make sure that wolves stay on the endangered species list. Please, I ask you. Think of it this way. If humans were endangered, you wouldn't want to die simply because you wanted to find food and water, which is exactly what the wolves are doing. They're doing what they can to survive, same as you or I. So please, I ask you, protect the wolves and make sure that they have a home they can call their own. Thank you for your time.